Hi guys, I'm Linda, and this is No Frills ASMR. I was debating whether to look at this book, Are You Shitting Me? Or the Essential Critical Thinking cards. And I think I'm going to look at these. But if you guys want to look at this, I've looked at it before. So there are a couple of videos already with it. But let me know when we can look at this tomorrow, maybe. It's kind of fun. I can't even remember if people like this or not. I may have to go back and see if anybody watches videos. I don't remember. But it's kind of fun to look at. But these cards are 52 Essential Critical Thinking Cognitive Bias Discovery Game. It's kind of interesting. It says it's a brainchild. I don't know. I did buy these with my own money, so these aren't an advertisement or anything. Hold on one second. I don't know what it is lately. As soon as I start, my throat feels funky. I don't know why. I took allergy meds today. I think I may have allergies. Anyway, okay. So each one, it's a game, but we don't really play it like a game. I just look at the cards and read them just to teach us something, because I know the first time we looked at these, I think I did one video with these. I kind of learned how to play. I read about it, but I don't remember anymore, so whatevs. All right, halo effect. Anybody know what that is? The halo effect. It says, our overall impression of a person influences how we feel and think about their character. Okay, so it's like we look at them like they're an angel, then we expect them to act that way, kind of thing. Halo effect. Mia must be, and then they give you like a, I don't know, example. Mia must be well spoken and nice because she looks so beautiful and elegant. Right? So if you see somebody who looks angelic, you might assume they are that way. That is a cognitive bias. Don't judge a book by its cover. Okay. I don't know if I've ever heard of that before. Sorry. All right. Unconscious bias, or also known as implicit bias. Anybody know what that is? It is. It says, we unconsciously attribute prejudices or unsupported beliefs in favor of or against another person or group of people. We unconsciously, okay, so without knowing it, we attribute prejudices or unsupported beliefs in favor or against other people or groups. Yeah, I mean, I think that's true. Like, even if you don't want to think about it, like you can think, I'll give you an example, maybe. At our library, they have a book, like a volunteer area for the books, and these very older ladies volunteer there. And then the middle school kids get out of school and they go to the library because they use the computers for free to play games and stuff, I think, after school. I don't know what they do really. But when they come walking through, they're all just talking. They're just goofing. But I swear, these old ladies, a lot of times I'm in there and I'll be talking to them when it happens. And they have a lot of bias about these young people and how terrible they are, even though I think they're totally just being kids, just normal. Anyway, that would be maybe an example. I don't know. And I'm sure they don't know they're doing that. Clara likes to hire younger men because she thinks they're more technologically savvy. Yeah, okay, I guess that's true. So you'd assume a young person would be tech savvy, but it's possible you're also interviewing a 50-year-old who's super tech savvy. So your assumption, your unconscious bias. Okay. Unconscious bias is like jealousy. Nobody likes to admit it, and often we're unaware of it. I'm going to have to think about this. I'm sure I have lots of these. If you have an example, give one. We unconsciously attribute prejudices or unsupported beliefs in favor or against another group of people. I think this could be. Well, all right, whatever. Okay. Loss aversion. Okay, I do know about this. We'd rather avoid losses than achieve equivalent gains. Sal refused to sell his failing business for $200 because he had already invested $300. In the end, he got nothing. So he was averse to the loss of the $100. So he didn't sell it for $200, but then in the end, he never was able to sell it. So he got nothing. So in order to try to avert the losses, he actually took a greater loss. We'd rather avoid losses than achieve equivalent gains. I'm not sure this example, actually. If we could be freed from our aversion to loss, our whole outlook on risk would change. I'm going to have to study this more. I'm confused a little. I'm sure this is, if we could be freed from our aversion to loss. So basically, you have to take risks sometimes. Is that what it's saying? We'd rather avoid losses than achieve equivalent gains. I don't know. My brain's not working very good tonight, guys. I'm not going to lie. I'm a little slow on the uptake, I think. Defensive attribution. When we witness a negative event, we tend to assign a controllable cause to it so we can feel less vulnerable. Oh, okay, yeah. When we witness a negative event, we tend to assign a controllable cause to it so we can feel less vulnerable. What's their example? Betty shakes her head as she drives past the accident, certain it was due to drunk driving. Yeah, okay. So you don't want to think, oh, that accident just happened because accidents happen just by happenstance, because then it's more likely to happen to you. So you think, oh, that person must have been drunk, or that person must have been texting, or, whatever. You see that a lot, I feel like, with news stories when there's some terrible thing that just happened randomly to somebody, and people go, well, that person, blah, blah, blah. They'll kind of assign blame so that it probably makes it less likely to happen to the average person. I don't know. Okay. Life is about not knowing, taking the moment and making the best of it without knowing what's going to happen next. Okay. When we witness a negative event, we tend to assign a controllable cause to it so we can feel less vulnerable. Defensive attribution. I feel like this is a little bit something my dad struggles with right now, because you guys know he has Alzheimer's, and sometimes he'll say to me, basically he has trouble getting the words out, but saying, I did everything right, and so the doctor should be able to cure this. I shouldn't have to have this, And I feel like it's kind of like you want there to be a controllable cause. There is no controllable cause. He did everything right. And still it happened. And there's no controllable cause. And so, I don't know, maybe that's not quite the right example, but made me think of it. Okay. Bias blind spot. We don't think we have bias. We see it in others more than in ourselves. Yeah. I wonder if this is a little bit like the, oh my goodness, the Kruger, the Dunner, what is it? Dunner-Kruger. Oh, my brain tonight, I swear. Anyway, I just reshared that video. I think it's Dunning-Kruger effect, where the more you know about a subject, the less you feel like you're an expert in a way. And so you tend like if I know everything there is to know about economics, let's say, stock market, then I'm more likely to say to you, look, the stock markets, you know, it generally goes up, but there's variability, and you could have a long downward, you could have a decade of downward market, and then it'll come back up. But historically it goes up. But I would always be a little careful in telling you. While somebody who knows nothing, or not nothing, but just a very little, maybe just something, will say, no, the market always goes up. Put all your money in that, So it's and I'm not talking about anybody in particular. I'm just giving an example. Kind of like the more you know about something, the more you're willing to kind of go, well, we know a lot, but we don't know everything. We don't know everything yet. I'm like the most color blind, gender blind, and status blind person, said Kay. And so they're giving that as a bias blind spot. We don't think we have bias. We see it in others more than in ourselves. So if somebody says that, yeah, we are only as blind as we want to be. Wow, that's a good quote. I like that quote. We are only as blind as we want to be. Yeah. Yeah. All right, what's next? That's a brain right there. Moral luck. We determine how moral someone or something is by the outcome of their actions, regardless of uncontrollable factors. Huh? We determine how moral someone or something is by the outcome of their actions. Oh, yeah. Regardless of uncontrollable factors. This is like when my sister and I were playing slot machines, and I just got lucky and won multiple nights in a row. And she was like, you're luckers. You've got a lot of luck. You're just like, well, it's regardless. It's uncontrollable. I know. Driver A, this is their example, accidentally runs a red light as a child is crossing and hits the child. Oh my God. Driver B also runs a red light, but no one is crossing. Should both drivers be blamed equally? Oh, interesting. So driver A accidentally runs the light and he hits the child. Driver B also runs a red light, maybe on purpose, but no child is crossing. Should both drivers be blamed equally? Wow. It's a moral dilemma. They said that. The moral dilemma is to make peace with the unacceptable. Moral luck. Maybe my slot machine example wasn't really good because this is moral. We determine how moral someone or something is by the outcome of their actions, regardless of uncontrollable factors. Interesting. Okay. Social comparison bias. We have feelings of dislike and competitiveness with someone we see as physically or mentally better than us. Well, that's true. We have feelings of dislike or competitiveness with someone we see as physically or mentally better than us. Social comparison bias. I have this right now. Okay, hold on. Let's read their example. Maya finds herself feeling irritated after browsing through her pretty friend's selfies on social media. Yeah. Comparison is the thief of joy. Okay. In the YouTube Studio app, which I have to go to do these videos, they give you and you can't make it go away, but it's a little thing that shows other videos that my viewers watch. And they're all very similar, but have way more views. And some of them are brand new channels, but they're getting way more views because they have pretty women or whatever. And I just look at them oh man. But comparison is the thief of joy is right. But at the same time, I wish I didn't have to see it every time because it's hard. I try to not compare, but it's really hard to not. You look at that and go, well, that's the same thing I did, but she got 50,000 views. Anyway, enough about me. All right, not invented here. What? What is that? Our tendency to avoid using or buying products, research, or knowledge developed outside of our group. Okay. Not invented here. I've never heard this. What's their example? The executives at Ben. What? The executives at Ben refused to save time by partnering with Jerry because his products were made in Ben. That is a weird example. Look at that. The executives at Ben refused to save time by partnering with Jerry because his products were not made in Ben. Okay. I don't know how good that was, but okay. The NIH syndrome, which is not invented here, is a disease. Yeah, all right. I'm trying to think of an example of that, but I feel like it's sort of the whole like made in America thing, but it's not quite that because it's invented. I don't know. I can't quite think of one. I'm telling you, my brain is real tired tonight. I'm not functioning at 100%. Ben Franklin effect. We're more likely to do a second favor for someone than we are to repay a favor. We're more likely to do a second favor for someone than we are to repay a favor. What? Anne, A-N, what? Anne, N. I don't understand this. Read that. You tell me what it says. A-N, right? Anne is starting to like the attentive car salesperson who asked her to share thoughts on market trends. What? Oh my God. I don't know what's going on. Anne is starting to like the attentive car salesperson who asked her to share thoughts on market trends. We are more likely to do a second favor for someone than we are to repay a favor. I don't know why my brain's locking up here. To manipulate someone is to ask a favor without asking. Right. That's kind of true. I get those. And I get this, but I don't get this. Like, I can see, like, if I do you a favor, I'm probably pretty likely to do you another favor and do you another favor than to, I'm kind of weird about this, but I don't like it when people do something nice for you with the expectation that you're going to do something nice back. Like, they'll go, you owe me one right after or something. I hate that. It's like, no, you did me a favor because you want to, not because you want something in return. I can't stand that. I'm very much if you give a gift or do a favor, I expect nothing in return except maybe a thank you. Maybe a thank you. But I don't quite get this. What is this sales? Anne is starting to like the attentive car salesperson who asked her to share thoughts on market trends. I don't know. Maybe my brain's too tired to do this right now. I did too much today. I gotta go, take a hot shower and watch some TV. There's a new documentary on HBO called Murder in Glitter City. I kind of want to watch. Oops, wait a minute. What happened here? All right, I'm going to put these in this way and we'll continue. If anyone understood that, Ben Franklin, please explain. Because I'll forget to look it up. Anyway. Oh, I forgot to count how many we did. Hold on. Let's see. See if we can figure it out. All right, that was from last time. What? None of these are from today, are they? Hold on. There's the one. Dunning-Kruger, yeah. We did that. IKEA, we talked about that. Okay, we started here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Only 9. Last time we did, I don't remember those. Compassion, fade, status quo bias, pessimism bias, optimism bias, curse of knowledge, moral credential effect. That was today. No. Yeah, that was today. No. Declinism or rosy retrospection. Belief bias, hindsight bias, self-serving bias, Dunning-Kruger effect, end of history illusion, ambiguity effect, IKEA effect, anchoring bias, confirmation bias, negativity bias, and then today halo effect, unconscious bias, implicit bias, loss aversion, defensive attribution, bias blind spot, moral luck, social